Good evening, people. You know, it is obvious, there are some things we need to talk. So I just came live this morning, you know, and I give thanks to God. We praise the Lord always, for giving us an opportunity to wake up alive, you know, with same knowledge, with same energy. I believe, whatever I've been explaining was not going in vain. You know, why are we in situations that we always ask questions when we have answers to all by ourselves? When we have answers to the questions we have been asking for a very long time. Most of us who have been asking the same questions. Why Africa is not still liberated? Why are we in this situation? Why are we not free? Why Africans are the most hated peoples in this world? All over around the world. If you go to China, black people have no space to stay. If you go to Europe, black people have no space to stay. If you go to America, the same thing. If you go to UK, the same thing. But Africa is the only place where everybody is invited, where everybody is welcome, where everybody feel at home. When Chinese came to Africa, they feel at home, use African materials, use Africans. When Americans came, they use Africans, they feel at home. They use Africans and use African materials. You know, and we see when Europeans come, the same thing. When UK came, the same thing. So it's only Africans who cannot feel at home in America or in China or in Europe or in UK. But all of them feel at home when they came to Africa. Yeah, they feel like they own us. You know why they are so proud and they have this confidence that they can go to Africa and do whatever they like. You know why they have that confidence? They knew the system that they implement on Africans. That's for Africans to get themselves out of that system. It will be very difficult for them because there is nobody who is still trying to remove that system that they implement on us. And they still have this confidence that Africans can never remove themselves under this system, under this course that we put them. And who is going to remove Africans from that course? It's only we. We have to remove ourselves from that course, from that implement, what they put on us and what is making us not to feel, we don't even feel ourselves. There are things we need to talk. There are things we need to react on. Yeah, we always complain. The leaders of Africa are the biggest problems. Of course, they are the biggest problems. But before you will come to the leaders, come to the politics system, come to how we choose leaders, we need to sometimes blame ourselves for some things. Yeah. Because there are things that we really need to understand about Africa, and there are systems that we really need to understand. Without removing those systems in Africa, we can never go nowhere. We are not going nowhere. There are systems that we need to remove. And by removing those systems, it need a war. Yeah. May I say this? Many people say, my brother, you are just talking about violence. Nobody want war. We don't want war in Africa. You don't want war, but you are seeing people causing war in your continent called Africa every day. You say still you don't want war. You don't want to make war to free yourself, but you want to make war to kill each other in Africa. Yes, we are seeing that. Africans are murdering each other each and every day. That is not caused by Africans. They are your enemies who put you against each other, who make you to hate each other. Your enemies are working so hard to make sure that you Africans are never united, to come together and feel each other and love each other. Your enemies are working each and every day to make sure that you keep on hating each other, because by you Africans coming together as one and loving each other is the falling down of the heroes. People who call themselves the heroes, the giant of the world, is the falling down of them. I tell you this, they will go down when you Africans come together and started loving each other, believing in each other. That's why they never want to see you Africans coming together as one and uniting. I made a video that the last video I posted about the language systems and the education system in Africa. And I want to emphasize on it very well. the language system, the education system that they call the education system in Africa. It's a system that many people don't understand. You know, when I hear some Africans saying that education is a scam, I believe them. You know why I believe them? People say, no, don't say education. Education is the key to success. Hey, education is a key to success is a true word. But the education in Africa is not a key to any success for any African. That's what you need to believe. The education in Africa is not a key to success for any African. Education is a key to success. Of course, when you have the right education system, education is a key to success. Nobody is doubting that fact that education is a key to success. But when you have the right educational system, of course, we are seeing Europeans who are educated and it lead them to success. We are seeing Americans who are educated in America, it lead them to success. United Kingdom who are educated there, it lead them to success. Africa, where do your education system lead you to? Into poverty, into war, into conflict, into hating each other. That's where your education system lead you to Africa. Your education system lead you into corruption, discrimination, nothing but corruption. Yeah, that's why when Africans, some of the African youth say that, yeah, education is a scam, I believe them 100%. Education system in Africa is a scam. You don't understand. Let nobody fool you that go to school, you need to learn. You know, when you don't have education, you can't do this. What are you learning? We are seeing Chinese 4 years children from China creating mobile phones, creating computers. What have you Africans create from your education system? We have seen what the Chinese children, what the European children, what the American children, Russian children are creating weapons, learning how to become a great military in the next 100 years. They are teaching their young children, 4 years children, they are teaching them how to create weapons for a war that will come between West and Africa. They are preparing their children for that. And we Africans, what are we preparing? Are we preparing our children for the war? You don't prepare your children and you want to liberate that Africa. And your children are just learning, are just going to school to learn ABC, 1, 2, 3. You think they will be ready to fight to free themselves tomorrow? Prepare your children to free themselves tomorrow. If we are unable to free ourselves today, let's prepare the children who are growing up with the mentality, experience, with practicals to prepare them for tomorrow for them to be ready to free themselves. But we are leaving those children in Africa. What are our children doing? Our children are just sleeping, waking up, eat, sleep, go around the village all around, you know, roaming up and down. The children have no holding part. And we still believe that we can make it. We can free ourselves. I said it. If you like, believe me. If you like, don't believe me. But Africa, you can never free yourself without going into war with West. Yes. And nobody is prepared for that war. Who? There is no African who is prepared for that war. We are never prepared. Yes, what all we believe is we need to depend on these peoples. The biggest problem here is the education system they brought to us. It was a system that was programmed. They program you for 100 years, for 200 years for you to remain in a poverty. And that program really get into Africans' head. Africans are just like a computer that was programmed by the West and system by the West and now running automatically. So the West don't need to bother themselves to go to Africa and fool you Africans anymore, because you Africans are just like a computer that they program you and pack you aside and you are running automatically. Yes, we are running automatically. We are just like a computer that was created by the West and we are running automatically for them. Yes, Africa feed the West. Africa is running automatically by feeding the West. Africa is running automatically by supplying West with all what they need. We are just like a machine for them that they set us to work for them. We work for them. Do we think we work for Africa? There is no African who work for Africa. There is no leader in Africa who work for Africa. What all they work for is for the West. Yes. This is the fact that nobody is talking about in Africa. And there is nobody who is telling you this fact, that because everybody feel like, It's a violent when you talk about this, that Africans need to prepare themselves for war against the West. Yes, the West will not want to hear this from nobody's mouth. But this is the fact. When you Africans are not prepared for the war against the West, you are going to be losing always. Look at us. The few among us who will wake up to fight for Africa, they will be all assassinated. And the rest will be afraid to stand up again. Yes, when our heroes die, what do we say? Oh, our fallen hero. Yes. Today I am the one complaining and talking about the West. I am the one complaining, feeling the pain like I am the only African. But I am not the only African. Today, Africans will see me like a madman because that's how white people emphasize me, describe me to Africans, so many Africans, that this boy is mad. Yes, they know what I am saying. They know a madman cannot utter this kind of word from his mouth. But that's how they will make my people to look at me like I'm a madman. So that my people will look down on me. My people will not know my value when I die. That's the time Africans will start circulating my video. Yes, Africans are never proud of themselves unless they are dead. African dead man is more valued than an African man who is living alive. Yes. When Kwame Nkrumah, Mohammed Gaddafi, when all those people were living here, Jomo Kenyatta, when all those people, Thomas Sankara, when all those people were living alive, fighting for Africa, who knows them, who pity them, who feel them? Nobody feel them, my brothers. When they die today, their videos and they now become the most popular people in the world. You know, Africans now understand what they have been saying. But the time they were alive, we know when you are alive, I realized this about Africa. When you are alive in Africa, no matter what you do for Africans, as far as you are alive, they will never concentrate on you. Die, and they will concentrate on what you have been saying. When you die, that's the time Africans will concentrate on. This is not about people need to pay you for you to do it. You are doing it for yourself. Nobody pay me to stand for Africa. I do it because I feel like this is what I need to do for my continent. Because it is hot. It hurt me when I see some situations, some Africans in some kind of situations. And you know, we need to talk about things and we need to react. What do people always say about Africa? That we always talk, but we don't react. And so many people says we should not keep on blaming white people. Let's not blame them. Let's blame ourselves. Let's not blame them. You know, this is not about blame, but this is about to talk to our peoples and prepare them for a war between Africa and the West. Yes, this is not about we are blaming white. We are not blaming white. We know they are our enemies. It's not like we don't know they are our enemies. We know they are our enemies, and we need to be ready to fight against them. They are never our friends, and they never love us, and they never want us to be in peace. Never. They always want to see us in conflict, in war, in hatred. A big hatred among Africans. The hatred among Africans is more bigger than the hatred between Africa and the West. Between Africa and the West, there is more lovely. You know, they are very lovely to the West. But within Africans themselves, they hate each other. The only thing they could do to each other is to hate each other. That was a program. That was how Africans were programmed, how to hate each other. We were programmed like this. It's not our fault. When I see an African black man defending white man and joining white people to destroy his fellow black, I don't blame them because that's how they were programmed. Yes. When you don't understand how you are programmed, you can never disprogram yourself. Africans must be disprogrammed and program them again in our own way. That's how Africa must be if we want to liberate that Africa. It must be disprogrammed. The program that is there must be de-installed, you know. It was just like when you have your phone and you have an application that is running in your phone automatically. You can't get in control of that application. What are you going to do? Delete the application, reinstall the application, update it how you want it to be. And it is gonna run for you. Yes. We have systems in our phone that are not controlled. You are seeing in your phone, you know, you have a system in your phone that you can't control. Somebody is getting in control of your phone. What do? You reset your phone totally. Yes. What do? When you suspect that your phone is being controlled by someone, your phone is not now working for you. It is your phone, it is in your hand. But you are not the one in control of it. There is someone sitting somewhere in control of your phone that is in your hand. What do you do when you want your phone to be yours, to work for you? You reset the phone automatically, reset it or reboot it for your phone to work for you, and you program it again how you want it to be. That's how Africa is. Africans are living in Africa, but Africans are not working for Africa. Africans are working and defending and fighting for West, because that's how West work for West scam Africa. West scam Africa. And Africans inside that Africa are working for the West, are defending the West, are loving the West, but not loving themselves. How will that Africa make Africans to love themselves? That those Africans living in that Africa must be reset. Well, how should they be reset? The mindset, the mentality must be reset. And how is that going to be reset? It is going to be reset in many angles, not only one angle. You cannot reset Africa with one angle. Number one, the education system, you have to reset it. It have to be African's educational way, because the education system in Africa was not created by any African man. There is no African man who you will brought out today and told me that this was the man who brought this education system to Africa. Who? There is no African man. We all know it. So we are using a system that was not created by us, and we want to know ourselves through that system. We want to defend ourselves through that system. We want to have peace and love within ourselves through that system. It can be possible. The system was created by your enemies. And you think your enemies are going to create a system and give you that is going to help you or that is going to develop you, when you already know they are your enemies, and they come to you and give you a system, and you still sit on that system and run in that system, and you believe that you're going to develop and free yourself with that system. It's not possible. Yes, it's not possible. That is the education system. It was not created by any African. It was not reformed by any African. It was reformed by and programmed by the West. Those are our enemies. And when they program it in a way that when Africans depend on this system, they will never develop. We will make sure that we will program an education system for them where they will never be able to create nothing for themselves, where they will never be able to create any technology system for themselves, where they will never be able to develop themselves with that system. So they create the education system and post it on Africans. We depend on the education system, and that education system is dependent on their own languages. They didn't even give us a system and tell us run it with your language. They give us the system with their own languages, and we believe it. Now Africans no more know their language. When you can speak your own language, they call you an illiterate. But a white man speaking his own language is not an illiterate. Look at what happened to Africans, how Africans even insult themselves without knowing it. That's the fact, my brothers and sisters. You know, and white man living in England, speaking English, cannot speak none of African languages, and that man is intelligent. But an African man who can speak only his traditional language, we call them an illiterate. Why are they illiterate? Why are they illiterate? You see, when they brought the system, they brought it with their language. Now we feel like a man living in an Africa, when you cannot speak English, you are an illiterate. When you cannot speak French, you are an illiterate. When you cannot speak Portuguese, you are an illiterate. But an Portuguese man cannot speak an African language, is not an illiterate. An England man cannot speak an African language, is not an illiterate. And France man cannot speak African language, is not an illiterate. So why you African who can speak only your language, you become an illiterate? Why? Why your fellow Africans call you illiterate? Because they believe we were programmed, like I told you, we were programmed like that to make us believe in them more than ourselves. Look at it. When they give us the system, they program the system with their language. They give us the system with their language and with their cultures. They told us that our cultures are not something that is good. Our cultures are sin. Our cultures are idols. Our cultures are bullshit. They give us a system, we catch the system, we believe in their languages, we take their languages and we believe in their cultures. Today, we believe in them more than ourselves. We know them more than ourselves. We love them more than ourselves because we don't know nothing about ourselves, because there's no system in Africa that will tell you about Africa. There's no system in Africa that was created by an African man to let his people know themselves through that system. The problem is there. I swear. The problem is there. Why don't we know nothing about ourselves? Why we can't love ourselves? Why do we love them more than ourselves? Why? Ask yourself that question. You can't use, I will give you one example. This is a watch and this is a lighter, and you can use a lighter to know this watch. You can use this watch to know this lighter. You can only use lighter to know lighter. You can only use watch to know watch. You can only learn about lighter to know lighter. You can only learn about watch to know watch. You cannot learn about lighter and you want to know watch. Yes, you cannot learn about watch and you want to know lighter. It is impossible. You see, these are the problems that we are having. So that's why I told you that we cannot use someone culture. Through someone culture, we want to know ourselves. We don't have our own cultures. We don't believe in our own cultures because they make us feel like our own cultures are bullshit. And we throw them. We believe in white man system they brought to us called education systems. We believe in their languages. We learn their languages. And we believe that if any African couldn't speak their foreign language, the foreign languages, you are an illiterate. We believe in them. And we believe that their cultures are the best. And we keep on following their cultures. And we want to know ourselves through white man culture. It can never be possible. You will only know white man with that culture that they brought to you. We want to know ourselves through white man culture. Can't you see how Africans love Westerners more than themselves? Ask yourself that question. Why are you loving someone more than yourself? There is a problem somewhere that you need to deal with yourself. If you don't force yourself, you can't get yourself out of it. You need to sit and think. We can't force anybody as an African to change your mentality. You need to sit by yourself and think. When Pandi MAICA speaks, don't believe Pandi MAICA 100%. You can also sit down and calculate things by yourself. When you don't believe Pandi MAICA, sit and think what Pandi MAICA said and what is the reality, what is going on. Sit and think and you will understand. Don't just listen to Pandi MAICA. When Pandi MAICA says something, you say, yes, it's true. No. Don't believe nobody. Believe in your own mentality. You need to work with your own mentality. Let your mentality believe in yourself. Believing in yourself is the best thing in life. This is what I always tell Africans. Most of the Africans are now living in a bad life because they don't believe in themselves. Today I am sitting here today and every time talking about Africa because I believe in myself and I believe in Africa. When I don't believe in myself, I cannot believe in Africa. I cannot believe in black brotherhood. When I don't believe in myself, when I don't love myself, I cannot love Africa to the extent to love every African like the same way I love myself. Self-love, self-belief, self-trust is the most important thing. When you can have this for yourself, then know that you are free. I tell you, you are free. Before you will believe Pandi MAICA, believe in yourself that whatever Pandi MAICA is saying, I can also think more than Pandi MAICA. And you can do it. Yes, you can think more than me and you can calculate more than Pandi MAICA. Believe it. That's to believe in yourself. That's just to believe in yourself. Yourself first before Pandi MAICA. Yes. Because that Pandi MAICA you are watching is not you. And no matter how you believe Pandi MAICA, if you don't believe in yourself, then it's still not nothing. Last time when I talk about religion also, I saw someone who called me, an African man who called me, tell me that, my brother, I saw you talk about African, I don't know, he said he's a pastor from Ghana, I don't really know much about him because when he called me, on WhatsApp, was saying that I'm a pastor and I saw you talk about religion, this religion you are talking, are you a Muslim or Christian? I say I'm a Muslim. He told me that, you are a Muslim, so you don't know nothing about Christianity. That one you are saying that religion do this to us. People pay tithe to church. So you are telling our children, our peoples not to pay charity. Don't you pay charity? The man is complaining about why I said people go to church and pay tithes. God don't ask for your tithe. People go to pastors and tell them to pray for them. He is angry about those things. Why I say why people will go to pastors to tell them to beg God for them. The man was very angry about that. He was really panting, chanting, talking money rubbish. But this is what I told him, my brother. We do our work, and if our work is to free Africa, we need to free our peoples in all angles. We don't just need to, free our peoples from one angle while we have another 20 angles that our people are tied. We need to free our peoples in all angles. And the job I am doing, you can't stop it because you were not born to stop it. You were just born to fool your own peoples and enrich yourself with your own people's sweat. This is my response to the man, and I cut the call because I don't want to go far with him. But I know there are many peoples, many pastors who will not call me, or many imams who will not call me, but they also were angry about what I was saying, why people will go to pastors. And there was this Gambian also who told me that, there are some peoples who don't know, so they have to come, who don't know God, they have to come to us, to pray for them. There is nobody in this world who don't know God. Even a child who is born today knows God. Nobody. There is nobody in this life who don't know God. Except you said, I don't want to know God. You pretend that you don't know God. But there is nobody who don't know God. Yes. When people have problem, who do they call on to? God, right? When people are in a tight situation, when people are feeling so bad situation, who do they cry for? God. So that's nobody. That's nobody who don't know that there is a creator. Yeah, we pretend, we make ourselves that we don't know God. But when we have a problem, we shout unto that God. Of course, I will repeat it again, religion is a problem. When we want to free Africa, I said it, we will free Africa from all angles, from the religions angles. Let's come to the traditional angles. Let's come to the cultural angles. Let's come to the politics system angles. Let's come to the leadership angles. We have to free our peoples in all these angles. We can free our peoples in politics systems, and while our peoples are in a demonic system that they call religion. Religion is a fact. Yes, Christianity is a true religion. Muslim is a true religion, but it was transformed to Africans. Everything that is good, they will photocopy it and change it in a way and give it to Africans. Yes. So that Africans will be born in that system. They will give Africans the fake system. Africans are never running the real system on anything. When you come to politics, Africans are running the fake politics system. When you come to leadership, Africans are running the poor leadership systems. When you come to religion, Africans are running the poor religion system. That is what is affecting Africans. Because when you come to leadership, Africans, the same way you have leaders, the same way Westerners have leaders. Why their own leadership way, choosing way, is different from your own? Why they are the peoples who give you that system, how to choose leaders. Why they don't give you the system that they are using here to choose leaders? That is a problem. Africans, Christians, you believe that you are running a real religion system. African Christians. Yes. The problem, the way you run African Christianity and the way they run their own is different, and they are the one who give you that system. How to run that African Christianity. African Muslims, the way you run your Muslim religion, you believe you are running the real Muslim religion, right? But the Arab peoples who you believe they are your masters in that religion, they are not having that problem you are having in your religion. And they are not using the same system you are using in Muslim religion. And they are rich, you are poor. Yes. None of them, no Arab country is poor. All of them are rich. But there is no black Muslim country that is rich. All of them are poor. Is there anything that you are not understanding by yourself? Sit and think. There is something wrong somewhere. You go to Saudi Arabia, you go to Morocco, you go to Mauritania to learn Quran. You see how they are developing, how they drive big cars, how they, how they buy big buildings. As a Muslim. But they teach you in order way for you to come and remain in poverty. They teach you, they are telling you that forget about big house, forget about big cars, and you are seeing all of them in Arab countries have big houses and big cars. And when you come back to your people, you started telling your people that forget about big cars, forget about big house, they are nothing, all material things are nothing. Where you learn, you see big cars there. Because they teach you to come and fake your people so that you and your people will remain in poverty. Christianity, when you check all Christian countries in Europe are all rich, are all developed with big cars, big houses. All your pastors are driving big cars, bulletproof cars, are building houses everywhere, buying land everywhere. Your pastor, even your pastors in Africa are scamming you. But it's only you, the poor masses, they use to enrich themselves. And they say religion is not our problem. That's a problem. Religion is our problem. When we say religion is our problem, we are not talking about religion is not good. We are not saying that no religion, we are not saying that Christianity religion is not good, Muslim religion is not good. We are saying that there is a problem somewhere that nobody is understanding. When you don't sit and think and you believe that, yeah, religion is good, yeah, people are fighting against nobody is fighting against your religion. You can worship any religion you want. You can become an idol worshiper. But whatever you want to do, make sure that when you do it, it helps you. Don't do it in a way and you are going down every day. You are doing something. Today you go there, you go down. Tomorrow you go there, you go deeper, down again. Next tomorrow you go there, you go deeper, poor, down again. You need to sit and think, what is wrong with me? The people I learn this thing from, they are developing every day. And I came here and I'm going poor every day. I'm not developing. What is the problem? What do they do to me? Do they teach me the right thing? What are they doing that you are not doing? You will know it by yourself that there is problem somewhere. A very big problem. Yeah. We all have religions. We all have parents. When we were born, we meet our parents in some religion, either in Christianity or in Islam. And we all are proud of our religions. Christians are proud of their religions. Muslims are proud of their religions. But I want an equality to be done here. I want people to understand something there. Yes. Do you know, in my country, in my own country, 97% are all Muslims. In my own country. And a lot of them go to Saudi Arabia to learn. Some of them go to Mauritania to learn Quran. Some of them go to Morocco to learn Quran. They see how Saudi Arabia is developed. They see how Dubai is developed. They see how Morocco is developed. And they came, those are the same people, when they came to my country, they are telling my peoples that forget about the material thing, forget about big cars. And a lot of them are in Europe here making money to buy big cars. And they are telling my peoples forget about the old material things. And a lot of them are working every day in Europe here as a slave to make money. So that they will buy big cars. So that they will buy big buildings. Now they become like Arabs, to fool their own peoples to remain in poverty so that and enrich themselves. The same way pastors do in Christianity. Come and pay tithe to church. Come and pay tithe in church. Come and pay tithe in church every day, every Sunday. How many tithe your pastor? How many Sundays your pastor? You have seen your pastor paying tithe. How many days, how many Sunday you see your pastor coming that and saying that I'm paying my own tithe to God? You all go to church and pay your tithe to pastor. Who do pastor pay tithe to? That money you give to pastor, pastor is building big houses. He will go and build one big church to make it bigger so that more people will come to come and pay tithe. You all go and pay tithe. Who do you pay tithe to? You are not paying that tithe to God. God is not seeing you. That's why you are paying tithe every day and you are going poor every day. Because you know why? You are not giving it to God. You are giving it to a man. And that man cannot change your life. It's only God who can change your life. God don't ask you for money. God don't need your money. God don't need your money. There is no bank account that God have. God don't have bank account. God don't need your money. God didn't tell you that he's hungry. He need money to buy a house. He need the money to build, to buy a car. God don't need your money. What all God needs is for you to pray in his name and beg him when you need anything. He will give it to you. That's what God tell you. You disturb yourself. Why are you paying money for God to answer your prayer? Do God tell you in any way in the Bible or in the Quran, give me money. If you don't give me money, I will not answer your prayers? God bless people who are not even worshiping that God, who don't even respect God. God bless them. Do you think you have to do something for God? You cannot do nothing. You cannot pay God. It's not possible. God is not a man who you can bribe. Nobody can bribe God. So why are you going to church and pay your money? The same Bible that pastor is reading, not the same Bible you have. So you can't read that Bible. Tell me, you can't read the same Bible. The same Quran that your imam is reading, you can't read the Quran to pray to God. God can hear every language. It's not like you need to take the Bible or you need to know the Bible before God will answer your prayer. Sit and beg God in any language and God will hear you. God is the one who created you and he is the one who created all languages. He can hear every language. There is no language that God don't understand. If you like, speak in tongues. If you like, speak in Japanese. If you like, speak in Chinese. If you like, pray to God in any language. In Yoruba, in Mandinka, in Jola, in Wolof, in Bambarang. Speak to God in Hausa, in any language. Beg him. God will answer all your prayers. Yes. God is jealous of his power, of his position as God. So when you go to man, you pay money to man, you respect your pastor more than God. God is angry with you because you put a man in his power, in his position. And God is always jealous. Go and ask your pastors. Go and ask your imams. God is always jealous of his power. Who tell you God is not jealous? God is the only one who creates human beings. He don't drag position with nobody. God don't want to drag his position with nobody. And he don't want you to replace him with anything. God is God and he want to remain your God. He don't want you to replace him with anything. Understand this from today. So when you go to your pastors, your imams, paying them money, you respect them more than God. You know, you believe in them more than even God. Don't you know? You believe them more than even God. You know, God is very simple. He created you. When he created you, he told you that I created you. When you need something from me, you know, kneel down, beg me, and I will shall give it to you for free. I don't need your money. This is a word from God. I don't need your money. I don't need nothing from you. You don't need to bribe me for me to accept your prayers. As far as you pray to me every time, when you need something, you are in need of something, beg me and I shall give it to you. People say, give your life, give your soul to God, give your soul to... Either you give your soul to God, you don't give your soul to God, your soul belongs to God. Either you like it or either you don't like it. Your soul will still remain to God. Your soul was from God, your soul will still return to God. You don't create yourself and you cannot kill yourself. That is God that creates you, and that God is going to kill you and take your soul away when the time comes. There is nobody who don't know God. I swear. So Africans, we need to understand that religion is another affective area for Africans. Yes, because the peoples, we believe that they are the master of all religions. You know, when you come to Christianity, we believe that white people know Christianity more than we, so we are learning from them how to run the Christianity, and they are rich, we are poor. We learn from them. But they are rich, we are poor. So everything that they give to Africa, everything they will give, they will exchange, and photocopy it and give the fake one to Africans. Religion system, they give fake religion system to Africans. When you come to politics system, they give fake politics system and give it to Africans. When you come to anything, they give fake to Africans. You need to rise up, wise up, know what you are doing, believe in yourself. Don't let people fool you. Don't let people turn you upside down. Don't let always you Africans are always Africans are the problem of the world. Always. Do God tell you that Africans are born to be poor? Come on, African black people, you are not born to be poor. You are the people who desire to remain in that poverty. But Africans are not born to be poor. All other color in this world, Indians, Jews, Japanese, Chinese, Europeans, Americans, Inglaterra, Russia, everybody, all kind of color in this world, they are all rich and developed. It's only black Africans who are not rich, always in hunger, in poverty. We are the poor peoples in this world. In this world, if you want to find the poor peoples, you go to Africa. We are the only peoples, who feel like, we believe that we are born to remain in poverty. Our destinies will never be changed. Nobody is going to change your destiny, Africans. You are the one, your destiny lies down in your own hands. And when we want to change it, we will change it. And we will become richer than any other person in this world. Somebody write something. God is the God that your ancestors worship. Yes, those are the gods today. When you go to Netherlands, you meet a god of our ancestors, that was stolen from Africa. When you go to America, you meet them there. When you go to, and they are making a lot of money out of that. They are enriching themselves. They are using them today, and they told us that those things are devils. If you go to Arab countries, you meet idols. Come on, those things that they told us that they are idols. If you go to Arab countries, they are there. You go to Dubai, they are there. You go to Morocco, they are there. South Arabia, if you go there, you meet them there. They are using them today to make money, to develop themselves. Yes, we are the peoples who throw it because we believe, I know it's an idol. They say our forefathers, the way they worship is they are kafir, they are non-believers, they are this, they are that, Some people will say, oh, that time religion don't come, so that's why our parents worship this, so we should not worship it now, we should follow this, we should follow that. Guys, wise up, Africa. I just came here to make some 30-minute live, But wise up, Africa. Always remember my word, believe in yourself and sit and think by yourself. Whatever I am saying, don't believe it 100%. Sit and calculate it. You also need to criticize me to know what I am saying is the fact, and it is gonna give you a knowledge of whatever I am saying. Because when you criticize me, you are going to find even more that I don't never tell you. So you just don't need to listen to me and go and sleep. When you listen to me, whatever I said, go and criticize it. Criticize me. Don't believe me. Criticize me. Criticize me. Criticize my words, what Panamaga is saying, if it's this truth, go and do your own research. Then you will find even more, and you will have more knowledge than Panamaga. Maybe you will find more that Panamaga don't know. And it is going to help you. It is going to make you to believe in yourself. It is going to make you to become a hero by yourself. You are yourself. Everybody is a hero. Trust me. We got the point. And we are the most smart people in the world. When everybody is doing the research, when everybody is trying to criticize, we are going to get where we want to get to. But we need to criticize each other. We really need to know the truth, the false. We really need to differentiate them. And we need to know where we are going. Because still Africans don't know where they are going. Yes. The problem here is, the biggest problem here is when I even see some Africans, who stood up to fight for Africa. The only thing they will do is, take them from one country to another to go and speak. Africa this, Africa that. Nobody is acting. Nothing is being done. No system is changing. Yes. Thomas Sankara come and go. Mohammed Gaddafi come and go. Jomo Kenyatta come and go. Kwame Nkrumah come and go. Now who are we looking up to? This man. I forget his name. Good. My brain is blocked. I forget his name. Professor Lumumba. Very good. Now this man is what we are looking now. Professor Lumumba. We are all looking him. And people are taking him from one country to another to go and speak. But nobody is joining him to put hands together to build up and change the systems. Who? Nobody. But everybody is watching Professor. Do you know the time that Africans will know that Professor Lumumba was trying his best? When he died. That's the time people will start to say, oh, Professor Lumumba, oh, this man said this, oh, this man said that. But today, nobody is ready to join him. Everybody leave him in the circle, and we are picking him with the circle and taking him from one country to another to go and speak. But nobody is ready to join him in the circle to make sure that we change the system. You know, maybe Professor Lumumba know the book and know the history, but don't know how to act. And he need people, you know, liberation and freedom, it need different kind of people. There are people who know how to speak, but they don't know how to act, and they don't know how to practically act. So there are people who know how to practically act, but they don't know how to speak. So we need different kind of peoples, and everybody have a role to play. But Professor Lumumba today is alone. He is alone, fighting, speaking. He know only his story, and he know the history of Africa, and he know the book. But do he know how to act? He don't have that power. So there are some Africans who know how to act practically, and they don't know. Somebody said, we can't see you. You can't see me still. Thank God. So there are peoples who practically know how to act, but they don't know the history. They don't know. So we need different kind of peoples in the liberation circle. So when one man come, we all watch the man, you know, till he die. Nobody will join him in the circle. I tell you this. Professor Lumumba have been doing this, speaking for Africa, you know, telling Africans the history upon histories. Who join him in the circle to make sure that we change the systems? You know, people are just calling him from one country to another, buying ticket for him from one country to another, you know, taking him from Tanzania to Uganda, Uganda to Rwanda, Rwanda to Kenya, Kenya to Mozambique, Mozambique to Zimbabwe. They are just taking him up and down. And nobody is joining him in the circle to fight the race. Nobody. When he died, that's the time we will know that he was a great man who was fighting for us. Yeah, guys, you know, I even want to stop life, you know, that's why because I set time, you know. Now I'm 42 and I set it as 30 minutes, you know. So when I set it as 30 minutes, when 30 minutes finish, you know, the dim increase by himself, you know. So maybe if I don't cut the life, it will go and it will cut by itself, you know. Because I want to stop the life because I have something also to do, you know. Yeah. I have something to do. If not, I will be here, you know, till in the evening. Yesterday, I planned to come, but I was not feeling okay. So I was all around sitting here, you know, all the day, you know, because I was not feeling okay. So today I said, okay, let me just give some 30-minute lesson, you know, before I will go to job, you know. So thank you guys so much for being with me, you know. I believe all Africans who watch me have the same mind that I have and have the same heart for Africa. And I believe the same way that I stood up to fight for Africa, there are millions of Africans who still have the same mind, you know. We cannot all become a gun sorter. Some people must be a blood creator. Some people will be a, you know, will be a guardians, you know. Some people will be the fighters, you know. Some people will be the speakers. So we know everybody is playing their role, you know. Even when you don't fight, you don't speak. When you watch me and get a knowledge from me, put it in your head. Go and watch someone. If you are good in watching, then you will get more knowledge. You watch people's, what they say, you add the knowledge together, you will become the most intelligent one tomorrow. Because you gather millions of knowledge together. So thank you guys for being with me, you know. Let me stop my life here because the dimmer is reducing still more and more, you know. So maybe it's gonna cut by itself, So before it will cut by itself, I will cut it here. Thank you guys for be watching me. May God bless you all. May God save us all, and may God save Africa. As a Black African, no matter anywhere you are, whatever your enemies plan against you shall never prosper. God shall save us from our enemies. We shall not lose any enemy, but our enemies shall never take over us. Our enemies, we should always look them behind. Whatever you are doing in your life and whatever you are hustling for, may God make it easier for all of us, especially those of us who are living in foreign land, may God save us and protect us, and guide us and give us long life and prosperity. Whatever you put your hands in, prosperity shall be the answer. God bless you all, guys. May God bless you all. Thank you so much, guys.